The side kick series, front and back. It's an intro exercise, and we do 5 to 10 repetitions. I want to just talk for a minute about the side kick series. It's a beautiful flowing series where one exercise really moves into the next, much like the abdominal series. Over your time with peak in level 1, 2, and 3, this will get added onto, added onto, added onto. The nice thing about this series is where one exercise ends, the next one begins. And the first one that students learn is the front and back. All of this series has a goal of challenging the powerhouse in a side-lying position. We work through dynamic movements of the legs that afford us an opportunity for mobilizing the hip and creating dynamic flexibility. It also helps to improve the alignment of the leg and this particular exercise, especially in hip flexion and extension. So let's take a look at the setup. Now, the whole body is back here. And when I mean whole body, I mean everything. So the back of her pelvis, her upper back, and the elbow are all in line here. You can think of the back edge of the mat as the ruler in this exercise. And then the legs extend out long with the bottom foot flexed and down, heel down. And you can think of this leg as almost being a weight and at about a 30-degree angle or an oblique angle. And then the legs on top reaching heel past heel. And this is a beautiful way to learn length and opposition, right? As the leg goes out, the belly pulls deeper. The hips are stacked as though I put a pike or a pole down here, and they went right through and right through the shoulders. This hand is carried over the top initially at this level. Over time, we'll change the hand pattern, but for now. And the fingers point away, and they're about 6 to 8 inches from the breastbone. This hand is active in pressing down, and that helps to engage the rib connection. The head, I'm going to show as I turn around, the hand is on the skull with the fingers and thumb together, and I'm actually holding the bottom of the skull, and I'm pulling for length, so I'm getting a little bit of traction there. And the bottom of the body is active and engaged, but it's not held up. She's not trying to do anything funny there. She's getting a nice stretch with activity. So now that we've got this set up, and it does take a bit to set it up for a new student, then we initiate. So turned out at the top leg, the foot is soft, loose feet, tight seat. So no worry about flexing and pointing, just keep it all soft. And it's a big kick, little kick, and then from the gluteal fold, a press, press. And as the student moves forward, precision points are that the leg stays hip height, and as she comes back, she moves through center, and it stays hip height. You want the movement to come out of the hip, not the knee. So sometimes students will do knee or ankle and little flippy kicks, and coming back especially, we'll get a knee bend back here. So make sure that the leg stays straight and the turnout stays even. They're not turning out more or less throughout the exercise. The hips stay still. The head is still, the spine is still, the base leg is still. The only thing moving is this leg. Common errors include kicking too high. We talked about substitution patterns. Let's look at this in real time. Pull nice and long, and big kick, little kick, back, back, and kick, kick, and back, back, hip over, hip, and back, back, leg long and strong, abs deep, and pause. So that's how it sounds, and you can hear that rhythm come to life. Now, spotting. You don't want to stand in front of the student on this exercise, because if I do that, go ahead and move forward, I'm going to get kicked. I'm not going to like that. So instead, I stand back here, and I can put my thigh up against Emily and my hand on her pelvis to pull her right into me. And then she kicks, and she's got a little aid here for stability. So that's one of the most common touches that you're going to give. Signs of readiness, this is an introductory exercise. So if your student can lie on their side and scoop, they're good to go. Building blocks, well, I have my friendly strap here. So if Emily were learning this, I could strap her foot in. That'll be a little bit of extra stability for her. Another building block to do with a student who's maybe more deconditioned would be to bend the base knee, and you want to align the heel and the sits bone. And she has a larger base of support there, so she could do the exercise. Another thing you could do, go ahead and go out to your full setup, is we can omit the pulse and just teach part of it. We can kick to the front, bring the leg together, do all those. We can then reach to the back, and then over the weeks, we can build this together. Let's go ahead and look at the transition, which, as we said, one thing goes into the next. So she goes kick, kick, back, back, up and down, and the legs just come together, and she turns out a little bit more.